Hello, this is Sarah V, and today I will be making a blouse out of this sweet little fabric with little mice stealing strawberries. It is from Joann, and the name is really cute. It's called Strawberry Stealers, and I think it's just absolutely delightful. And I will be making this blouse, but I was thinking that I'm going to shorten the sleeve so it's more 3/4 length, and also that will have more of the fullness around this part of my arm versus down here. So it will look more like what I had planned originally, which is that. And this is the last outfit I have to make for my late summer sewing plans. I am starting things off by checking to see if those two blouse pieces will fit right next to each other. And huzzah, they did, which was very exciting because otherwise I would not have had enough room to cut out both of my sleeves. And I ended up shortening my sleeve about 3 inches, and I just folded it up. Actually, it's probably 6 inches because 3 inches and 3 inches. And then I blended the sides together by just folding it in, and I was able to cut out both sleeves, and it was all good because they were way too wide to fit on fabric that was folded in half. This blouse was surprisingly easy. It only had the 3 pattern pieces, the front, the back, and the sleeve, and the back was cut in 2 pieces with a zipper closure. I am now marking out where all the elastic casings will go, along with marking all of my darts, and then I will be cutting out bias for my casings and my neckline and bow. Now that it is time for sewing, I am doing the front darts, and then I will be doing the back darts, which are 2 little darts in the neckline. I decided to put my zipper in while my back pieces were not connected to my front, and I opted to do a lapped zipper so that I could play pretend that I was able to put a button placket in the back and sew buttons on for decoration. This is where the zipper lap will be at, on the left side over the right, and I will have enough room to just sew the buttons on there. After the zipper, I was able to do my shoulder seams, finally connecting the front and back pieces. Now I am just making all of the bias for the neck, along with the bow in the front, and also the casings for the elastic in the sleeves, which I had never done casings for elastic before, the kind that you sew on like inside of a sleeve. I've done it in like waistbands, so this was new. And now I am sewing up the strip that will become the bow, leaving the middle open so that I can turn it out. Here I am sewing the casing for the elastic onto the inside of the sleeves, and I just lined up the center of the casing with the line that I copied over from the pattern. Now for that neckline bias, I am sewing it on, and once again I did not read the instructions and found out that I was supposed to sew it on at 1/4 inch instead of 5/8, so I just trimmed it again because I don't care and it's easier that way. And then I don't have to actually fold my bias into bias tape, and it turned out just as well anyway, so I don't regret it at all. Now I am doing a narrow hem on the edge of the sleeve, and it told me to do this before sewing up the sleeve. Here I am just top stitching the binding around the neck. At this point, I am now doing the side seams, and I opted to do these after I did the neckline so it would be easier to get into the neckline. Scooter decided he would try to help, but it wasn't very successful, and so I put the elastic in all by myself without any aid from him because he walked away in a huff, of course. I am now sewing the elastic in so that whenever I sew up the sleeve seam, it does not come out while I am trying to sew it. And now I am indeed sewing up that seam, and I matched the casing so that on the other side the stitching would line up. I am now zipping my hem through the machine. I am now sewing in the sleeve, which is probably really hard to see. I don't know what angle I would use to film this because the bed is flat on my machine and I wouldn't be able to put it in anything. I'd probably have to use a different machine. I am now attempting to sew the middle shut on my tie for the bow, and Scooter has decided, oh delight, string, and it was an awful struggle when I had first started sewing that up. I eventually got him away and finished sewing that up. Now I am just whipping up a bow for the front of my shirt. I am just ever so quickly sewing the bow onto the shirt, and then I will be putting the decorative buttons along the back. I did them 3.5 inches apart, and I just did it directly on the line of stitching from the lap on the zipper. and it turned out quite nice, I think. Overall, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think that if I made it again, I would maybe just lower the armholes a little bit because I can kind of feel them. But overall, I'm quite happy with this. I think the sleeves are a nice length on my arms. And I'm really happy with how the zipper looks with the buttons. I didn't need to add the buttons, but I thought the buttons would look really cute. And I just put that on the lap for the lap zipper. And I'm pleasantly surprised with the zipper because it's quite easy to get on compared to buttoning buttons on your back. I am also still in love with this fabric, and then in the front I have the little one reaching for the strawberries. Very happy with that. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, it would be very helpful. And if you would like to see more sewing content, please subscribe. Thank you again for watching, and goodbye.